Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. And this is my review for the first two episodes of The Acolyte. Now, The Acolyte is a show that has been, a lot of people have been excited about it. It hasn't really been that widely talked about and that widely discussed. I haven't really been seeing much marketing for it. Obviously, I saw the first trailer, I broke it down, and I've been interested in this show. I've been pretty excited for it, I guess, because I know I'm sounding inherently negative about it, but the premise was cool, right? It's set in the High Republic era, 100 years before the Phantom Menace. It, explores the early origins of the Sith and things like that, right? And it's a murder mystery. And also it stars Amandla Stenberg, who I love. And so I was interested in this. I was excited. But when the first reviews started to come out, some of them were positive, some of them were more middling. There is obviously a lot of negative backlash around the show just because of who it stars. Like, it stars a woman of color or whatever. Or there's, the showrunner is a woman, and people don't like that in Star Wars for some reason. They just get really weird about it. A certain group of people get really weird when a Star Wars show or movie stars a woman and is made by a woman, like as a woman in a leading creative role. I don't know. People just get weird about it, right? And so the show has had some negative backlash surrounding it, if for no reason, before it even came out. And so, a lot of the conversation around it wasn't that great. But I thought the trailers were cool. I thought the premise was interesting, and I was excited to check out these first two episodes. So I watched it, and I think so far it's kind of just more of the same. Like, there was some stuff I really loved. I loved the opening fight with Amandla Stenberg's character, or one of her characters, May, and Master and Dara, played by Carrie Ann. Is that her name? Carrie Ann Moss, I think is her name. And she gets killed, right? Like, I think that's weird for starters because she was used in a lot of the promo for the show. She's on like the main posters. She's on a lot of interviews. So if that's the end of her character, that would be quite weird because she died in the opening scene. And also, it'd be disappointing on another level because she was a really cool character. I think that opening fight was pretty fucking sick. Like, it was really well filmed. It was really like, the hits felt like the hits hit, right? Like, you felt them. And I thought there was some really cool choreography, some really cool use of the Force, some cool use of like knives as well. You don't really see knives used much in Star Wars, but I found it cool, right? I thought it was really, really cool. And so I was like, oh, what a cool opening to the show. I think so far, everything after that, I don't know. It just, again, it feels like more of the same. It feels like the parts I didn't love about Ahsoka, right? Like, because I dropped out of Ahsoka. I didn't even finish it because I also... A part of Ahsoka that I felt like I was missing out on was because I hadn't seen like Rebels or whatever, or the Clone, like, the Clone Wars. And so I felt like I was missing out on a massive part of that. And so that could be a reason for me not liking that show as much as others. But so far with this show, I'm interested. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. I'm like, nothing wowed me. There was some cool stuff. To see lightsabers be used, like pretty prominently within a show is cool. Like, it wasn't Ahsoka because, usually it's more reserved for the movies type stuff, and I'm used to The Mandalorian, which they don't really use lightsabers pretty much at all in that show. I think it's cool to see the use of yellow lightsabers. I think it's cool to sort of see the Jedi in the High Republic era. You sort of see like the yellowy uniforms with their yellow lightsabers. I think that's pretty cool. But other than that, I don't know. I think the story that we're following is, again, it's interesting. Like, it's setting up some interesting things. But these two first episodes, nothing wowed me. And I was like, oh, okay. It's more of the same. It's setting up some more interesting things, though. I love Amandla Stenberg. I think she's so good in both roles. I think her specifically as May, though, that character is very interesting to me. Her outfit looks amazing, for starters. And she seems to be very, very cool so far, Really cool fighting, really cool, revenge motive. And so I'm thinking she's doing really well in that role. Also, as Osha, I'm pretty sure is her name, she's doing well, right? But she's sort of just more of a generic protagonist as that character rather than as May. I sort of wish the show centered around May more than it did around Osha, but we'll see. Maybe she'll have a bigger role. But it's cool to see Amandla Stenberg do this kind of double role, by the way, which is really cool to see. But also, the show is pretty star-studded. We got Manny Jacinto in here. We got Manny Jacinto. We got Daphne Keane from Logan. She played X-23 in Logan. The guy from Squid Game, I'm forgetting his name. I don't really want to reduce him to that. But, the man from Squid Game. I'm forgetting the main actor's name. I'm remembering it now. It's also Charlie Bennett's in the show, but Lee Jong Jae is in it, and he learned English for this show, which I thought was really cool and something that I didn't know until I read about it and I researched the show, that he actually learned English for this show, and I think that's pretty cool. But also Jodie Turner-Smith is going to be in the show, so we will see. It's pretty star-studded cast, but I just don't know to what the show's leading to, sort of not after the show, but during the show. Like, what's the ending going to be? Is it going to be satisfying? Is it going to be, you know, is it going to be hard hitting? Like, I compare it to Andor, because I said during Andor that there were parts that were boring, but overall I loved that show, and it didn't lead to anything after, you know, but the show in itself was awesome, and I found myself so excited week to week for new episodes. I loved the sort of 3-story arc that they did every 3 episodes. I found Andor to be amazing, and so I was hoping this was going to be like another Andor, rather this is sort of shaping up to be like another Ahsoka for me, but we will see. I don't know where the show's leading. I think, you know, we obviously get like the end tease with the Wookiee Jedi, which we will see. There are some things in the show that are a little bit iffy, like some minor complaints about some practical things. Like there's a fire in space, which obviously isn't possible. I've seen some people complain about that, and I get it, but also we're watching, you know, a world where people fight with giant light sticks, can move things with their mind, and can also travel at light speed. You know, so we suspend our disbelief with some things, but not others, it appears. But I don't know. We haven't found out who like the main antagonist is, who May is working for. In the trailers, he looks pretty cool. He looks like the original Sith, kind of. That's sort of the vibe I'm getting. But we will see what comes of him. But he looks really cool from what we've seen of him in the trailers and in these 2 episodes. So we will see. Also, I think the show visually looks quite good. I think you know, they didn't use the volume for this show, and you can sort of tell. And I just think that that's pretty refreshing. Also, the fight scenes are cool, but again, overall the story, I'm not really connecting with it emotionally on an emotional level, but I'm interested to see where things go. So that was my review for the Acolyte episodes 1 and 2. Overall, kind of meh. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on the episodes. Did you enjoy them? Did you not? Let me know those thoughts down below. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. It would really help me out, and I'd really appreciate it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.